Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy D, and today's discussion is going to be on marriage, the male perspective. I had some women send me some questions about a male's logic on marriage, and they need some answers. Questions like,
why are so many men afraid to get married? Why do men even ask you to marry them? Is it truly because he loves you?
or is there some kind of other motive behind that magical question? I got some good questions from a bunch of different women, and as somebody who was once married, I've decided to answer them. I've got answers either most men aren't going to tell you, or they just don't realize it's true. So fellas, if you're watching with your girlfriend or you're watching with your wife, I suggest you make up an excuse and leave, because what I'm gonna say might cause some arguments. Let's get it.
Go out and get it. That money keep coming in fast. I ain't tryna have it slow. I fell in love with them bands. Never in love with these hoes. I gotta go out and get it.
Welcome everybody, welcome. I guess you're here to hear about marriage, huh? I guess you're here to see if your questions are gonna be answered. Well, god damn it, they are. But before we get started, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and if you have, turn on them notifications. I ain't gonna tell your ass again. So, marriage. I decided to do this discussion because I was doing my normal creeping on social media, and it hit me that I don't ever really see people getting married anymore. It's just not a thing. Like, you'll see baby showers, you'll see gender reveal parties, but you don't see anybody getting married. Like, think about it. Out of all the friends you have, maybe one or two get married? If that? Why is that? And I'm not talking about military, because we get married every other week. I'm talking about regular civilian 9-to-5 men. Why aren't they getting married? Because we all know 98% of women want to get married at least once. So we're going to kick this off with question number 1. Do men actually want to get married?
Oh, no. My God, no.
So I feel like at some point in a boy or man's life, he does have that moment where he wants to walk down the aisle with that special someone. I mean, shit, that's what society tells us we should do, right? That's what society tells us, that's what we should want. So of course we're gonna think about it at some point in our life. It's in all the movies, it's in all the music, books, anything romantic. It has it where the guy is falling in love and wants to get married. He wants to spend the rest of his life with this woman.
Cecilia Parikh.
Oh God, you're gonna say something stupid, aren't you?
Girl, will you marry me?
Would you please shut up? I can't hear the answer.
That's how we're taught it's supposed to go, especially when we get it from family members and the old ass family members who don't seem to understand the concept of generational differences. They don't seem to get it. They just think we got to follow everything they do. So like I said, of course it's going to be in the back of our mind at some point, especially when we meet that special someone that gives us bubble guts and we ain't even got a shit. That kind of person, that'll make you want to think about marriage. But the real question is, does he want to marry yo ass? Because ladies, let's get this out the way right now. Men are not on the same commitment schedule as y'all are. Doesn't mean we don't want it. It just means we're slow about it. He just has to be ready for it. It doesn't matter how good you are to him. Doesn't matter how good your chicken Alfredo is, how bomb the sex is. It don't matter. He has to be ready in turn. Like all of this inside, he has to be ready to be with only yo ass. He can love you, he can cry when you leave, but it does not mean he sees you as the last person he ever wants to be with. Y'all be wanting and expecting dudes in their mid-20s or late 20s, early 30s to say yes to that. To say, yes, I don't want no other pussy but yours. And to keep it 100, most dudes didn't reach our full potential in understanding how to please a female or understand her emotions until our late 20s and 30s. And look at your face. I see your face. You talking about some
shit, they still don't know.
Point is, we finally feel like at that age, we finally figured it out, right? We're comfortable now. We're talking to women easier. We're getting approached more because we're figuring out our bodies and how to dress and what women like. So we're figuring it out. And those are our prime years. And you expect us to get in front of our family and friends, pay thousands of dollars for this big ass celebration or this party, sign these papers that end our prime years. That's a tough ask. Notice how I said tough ask, because that's exactly what a lot of y'all women do when y'all want a guy to propose to you. Throw little subliminals. Oh look, another friend just got engaged and we've been together longer than them.
Babe, look at Sharon wedding. Wow, goals.
And you got y'all friends in y'all ears egging you on to give your man ultimatums.
Girl, y'all been together 2 years and he still ain't proposed? Couldn't be me.
Which leads me to the next question I was asked. Is it fair to give a man a marriage or I walk ultimatum?
Started that damn company without me. Hell, I worked my ass off. I mean, I got a master's degree in business, and there I was, his secretary, his office manager, and his computer.
Listen, ladies, you can do whatever your little heart desires. Whatever your little heart thinks it should do, you should do it. But I'm telling you right now, you give a man an ultimatum like that, and you setting yourself up for failure. You setting your relationship up for failure. You're setting him up to make a decision he is not yet ready to make. And for what? Seriously, for what? Y'all pay bills together, y'all live together, y'all happy, y'all enjoying life. Do you love his last name that much? I doubt it. So why are you so in a rush to tie the knot? Why? I don't get it. Why cause drama and tension in your relationship? Unless you have ulterior motives. Because that's what I'm gonna think. The whole purpose of dating is to find somebody you want to start a family with. Find somebody you want to share your life with. Yeah, the ceremony's cool, the party, the celebration, I get it. It's cool, I want it. This idea of this everlasting promise, it's beautiful. I understand. I want it. But it should not be forced, it should not be rushed, and it should not be used as some form of security satisfaction for yourself. And I say that because so many women use marriage as some form of escape plan. Like they don't want to pay bills by themselves anymore. They want help with kids. They want health insurance. And trust me, as a military guy, I can attest to that. Any military guy can attest to that. Women look at us like a ticket out. I've been to some military cities where the girls know your rank. They know how much you make. They know when you on orders and how long your orders are. They know all that shit. It's like they studying them to know what they can get out of them. They know all of that. So if a girl is giving me an ultimatum like that, my mind is gonna go that way. I'm gonna assume you have something up your sleeve. What do you want? And it doesn't have to be money or insurance or help. It could be some kind of mental security, not being alone anymore, feeling accomplished, not getting her parents or her family off her back about marriage. It could be something like that. Either way, it's still an ulterior motive other than love. But ladies, let me let you in on a little secret. Come here. Come here. It's still not gonna stop him from cheating on your ass. So go ahead. You feel like you want to put your foot down and say, marry me or I'm leaving. Then go for it. He's most likely gonna do it because he doesn't want to lose you, because he loves you. But just remember, making somebody do something they are not yet ready to do, they're not comfortable with doing, causes regret and resentment. And that's exactly how my situation was. I married somebody and was not ready to do it. I did it because I caught feelings and found out I was getting shipped overseas, and the only way I thought we would make it work was by getting married. And my God, was we miserable. Like I didn't even want to go home.
Oh, you're late. I thought something might have happened to you.
Ain't nothing gonna happen to me.
What's wrong?
No. I'm tired of this shit. Fuck. Kill all these motherfuckers. I'm sick of fucking tired of this shit. I'm fucking sick of this shit. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Fuck this shit. Too many motherfuckers.
We forced ourselves into something that we was not ready for. Even though we both had crazy feelings for each other, and in our head, every problem that we could think of, we had a solution for. Every problem. Except one, actually being ready to be devoted to one person. That's the only thing we didn't take into consideration. We wasn't ready. First comes resentment, then regret, then you know what? Then comes the answer to my next question. What is a man's biggest fear when thinking about marriage?
To join this man and this woman in holy matrimony. The couple have written their own wedding vows.
Feeling trapped, feeling stuck. That shit is the worst. Commitment to something you're not quite really sure if this is what you want for the rest of your life. That's tough. And then not being able to just get up and walk away from it if you change your mind. Ain't no changing your mind. You stuck. Especially with men. You know why? Because there's this phrase that goes around that men, it's like a code we have to live by when we get married. And I'm sure every OG has told a dude this. I'm sure y'all ladies know about it too. And it goes something like this. It's cheaper to keep her. I know y'all heard that before. I know y'all heard it. And that's an actual mindset men have to live with when they realize they're not happy. It's like we have to keep telling ourselves this, and we have to suck it up and sit in the relationship that we're not happy in, and we just have to keep it going. That's an actual mindset men have to live with when they're not happy. Like, shit, I really signed these papers at 28, my prime pussy getting days. I ain't never gonna see no new titties ever again. I gotta see the same titties. I mean, I love you, but damn, you know what I'm saying? I love you. I love titties too, but this is it. I can't change my mind after this. Same titties. And I don't care what you say. It don't matter your favorite song, your favorite pair of jeans, your favorite food, whatever. If somebody came and told you, hey, sign these papers, since you love this so much, this is the only thing you're gonna have for the rest of your life. You gotta wear these jeans for the rest of your life. Ladies, y'all got 106 pairs of black heels. Y'all can't decide on which pair of black heels to wear. Same color, y'all still got variety, right? Imagine somebody told your ass you gotta wear one pair of black heels for the rest of your life. Sign these papers. You gonna look at those fucking shoes that you love a whole lot differently. And for men, when we think about shit like that, like, damn, you know, you about to marry this girl. You gonna start thinking about all the negative shit, or stupid shit. All the negative things that you thought about, you know, throughout your relationship is gonna come back into that one specific moment where you about to make that decision. I want to marry her. Damn, she actually don't ever cook pancakes good. Her booty not even as soft, honestly. And honestly, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. And I say that because if you look around, our whole lives are based around having options, being able to pick and choose what we want and when we want it. Anything you think of, especially as Americans, not liking something and just replacing it. For instance, right, I was on Instagram and I saw this meme this girl posted. Now, granted, it was supposed to be funny, whatever, but almost 600 people liked this meme, and I saw it and I said, God damn, this is our generation. Agreeing with it, liking it. I don't like it no more. Next. Did something wrong. Next. Swipe right. See, back in the day, it wasn't like that. You couldn't travel far, right? There was no social media, there was no Tinder, there was no Instagram. You had to like whoever the hell was in your little village, in your little town, whatever.
Hey, Ma. Yeah, she doesn't even know I exist. There's like 60 people in the village. You really have to go out of your way to not know that somebody exists.
Drag her back to your hut.
What if she struggles?
Give her a little tap on the head.
Ow!
Women respond to that.
You had to like that person, and when you found somebody special, you lock their ass down because you know that shit. Mary Beth is the only one with a fat ass in town, only one that could cook this chicken good. I gotta keep it. I gotta lock it down. That was back in the day. That's why they were so strong. They made sure shit worked because they knew there was nobody else in town. Our generation, you can meet somebody new on every single platform, every single social media app. You can meet somebody new every 15 minutes. That's crazy. We have too much options for us to be devoted and committed into one thing. That's why we get turned off, we cut somebody off because we know we can find somebody just like that. We ain't sticking around after one flag. And I feel like men struggle with this more because women are programmed to only want one man. Men are not like that. Men love women, different women. You know that phrase? Another one for your ass. Oh, there's no better pussy than new pussy? Real life. This real shit. Men feel like that. Iggy can have the best pussy in the world, the best sex. She give everything good. But see somebody walk around.
That might be better over there.
Nothing spectacular about that girl, other than the fact that it's new. So we struggle with that. We struggle with commitment because, like I said, that phrase, ain't no better pussy than new pussy. So committing to one woman is tough. It's scary. It's a fucking fear factor episode for men.
To join this man and this woman in holy matrimony.
Shut all that damn noise up.
That is why a man has to absolutely be sure 1,000%, times 10 times 1,000. Is that even a lot of man? Whatever, y'all get. He has to be sure as hell that you are the one. And we struggle with making that decision. And the problem is, some make it without being sure. And you know what ends up happening? Come on, you know. You guessed it. No, you're right. Say it. Go ahead. Say it out loud. Yep. Cheating.
What a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever any.
Which leads me to my next question. Now this question kind of has two parts to it, just because I feel like the answers could be similar, but I'm gonna give two different angles on each answer. So first part is, Why get married to somebody you claim gives you everything you want, yet you still cheat? And part 2 is, why get married and still cheat with your ex?
Come on, Lord, why? I don't understand. Why it happens to me? I never slept around, even though my sister did. I never cussed my boss or nothing like that. Why it happens to me?
So I asked a random guy this. He's about 27, 28 years old. And I asked him, do you want to get married? Now, granted, he looked at me like, motherfucker, did you just propose to me? So I had to elaborate, but I asked him, and his answer was exactly what I thought it was going to be. Now, I'm sure if a female asked him, his answer would have been a lot more groomed and romantic, but because it was me and because I'm a guy, it was a little bit more raw and authentic. And his answer was as simple as, yeah, I want to get married. That's what you're supposed to do. Imagine that. Imagine a guy marrying you because that's what you're supposed to do. Like, that's terrible. That's so disingenuous. But ladies, believe it or not, a lot of men think like that.
Oh man, I love this girl. I better lock it down. I would be stupid to let her be with somebody else.
So a lot of times, dudes don't even be ready for marriage. They just know they don't want to lose you, whether they're ready for commitment or not, because that's what marriage is. It's a form of ownership. That's what marriage was essentially created for, a form of ownership. You belong to somebody till death do us part. So I say that to say, not all men who ask you to marry them are actually ready for marriage. They just know they don't want to lose you. So fellas, we gotta stop using marriage as this ultimate gesture, the line you use when you want to convince a chick you love her. Because y'all know damn well y'all can love a girl and still not be ready to commit to her or only be with that one girl sexually. Y'all know damn well. Now, part 2's answer can be the same. And I kind of alluded to it in the previous answers before. The resentment and the regret, or just plain old not being ready to settle down. But listen, like I said before, you can give a guy everything he wants and you can give it exactly how they like it. But ladies, there is no match for a dude that is still intrigued by what other women are offering. No match. And it doesn't matter his age either. For example, I have this friend, right? A little older than me. So for y'all that don't know, I'm 34. My friend is in his late 30s, still running the street. Still. Sometimes I talk to him and I'm like, yeah, you still out there getting it, huh? That's crazy. No, that's fun. But in my head, I'm like, damn, bro, when you gonna settle down? Like, just the thought of me being 39 in a club or a bar, like getting dressed to go to a bar, to pick up girls, to bag chicks.
I'm on Sex in the City. What's up, Miranda?
Oh, I'm Samantha. I have sex with everyone.
Stuff like that makes me cringe now because, like, I don't want to be that old doing shit like that. So anyway, I asked my friend straight up, how come you don't want to settle down? Like, what is stopping you? Because I thought maybe he just hasn't found the right one. Maybe he hasn't, hit that moment yet. But his answer was, honestly, sometimes I try to. But then I be wanting something different after a month. Like, one day I want a blonde with a fat ass. Next day I want a brunette with big tits. And I just have them on a roster. Have them on call. They all give me something different for that specific craving. I just like having options. That was his answer. So in your case, with the guy going back to his ex, not only was he not ready to commit to you, but he wasn't ready to give up that luxury of having options. And as far as it being an ex, it could be way less emotional than you actually think it is. Like, I'm sure you're thinking, why marry me if you still have feelings for your ex? I'm sure you thought that. I'm sure you're thinking that. But I'm telling you now, that might not even be the case. He could honestly just be choosing her because she knows what it is. Like, why would he go through all that extra work to find somebody new, hide it from them, hide it from you, risk getting caught, when he can just keep an ex around, but to her, make it seem like there's more than sex, and just hit her with the,
I should be married to you, baby. You the one I really want. I promise I'm gonna end it.
So you're sitting there thinking, damn, like if you wanted to be with your ex, why you married me? In his mind, he's like, I don't even like her. I just knew she wouldn't snitch. Ex or not, it shouldn't even matter. He wasn't ready for commitment. Therefore, he needed options. All right, next question on the list. Why is it that when you get married, the sex drastically diminishes?
So what do you think? Should we have sex tonight?
Ugh. Sounds awful.
So this is a very interesting question because I hear about this a lot, but not necessarily from just married couples, more so couples with kids. Either way, I think it all comes down to people no longer feeling like they need to go out their way to satisfy their partner. And no offense, ladies, I hear this a lot with men. It's like y'all get married and they're just like, psh,
whatever, I don't need to please you till death do us part. Remember that, motherfucker?
So in all honesty, I feel like this question should be answered by the ladies. So ladies, if you have an answer for this question, why does the sex diminish when y'all get married? Please tell me. I would love to know. Leave a comment. I gotta know. But in the meantime, I'm gonna let y'all know what I think about marriage. Ladies, let me start off by saying this. Nowhere in this video am I saying men are incapable of loving one woman, being committed and loyal to one woman. I'm not saying that at all. I think men want to fall in love and find that one special person. Eventually. Keyword is eventually. And a lot of times people think that it depends on the woman. And I personally feel like it doesn't. The right woman makes a man consider settling down. The right woman makes a man attempt to be loyal. But the ultimate factor is the man has to be ready. He has to be ready to be devoted to that one person. If he's not ready, it don't matter how good you are. It ain't happening. Think of it like this. How many of y'all absolutely hate your weight? Hate that you aren't toned. Hate that you can't fit in certain clothes with a passion. Yet with all that passion and frustration, your ass still eats like shit. You still don't consistently go to the gym. You may attempt to go. You may attempt to eat right. But how long does it last? It's the same concept with men. Ladies, if he is not ready to commit to that lifestyle change, it doesn't matter how much he wants you, how much he loves you. If he's not ready, it's not gonna happen. There's nothing you can do other than leave. Now I say leave because sometimes a man doesn't have to have a specific time where he goes, yep, I'm at that age, time to settle down, time to see the same titties.
Nope.
It doesn't have to happen like that. Sometimes something has to happen to make him realize that, whether it's you leaving or whatever. Something has to happen. Sometimes. I'll give you two examples. Another friend in his late 30s who's married now with kids. He wasn't always married. He got married late 30s. Before that, he was definitely in them streets, enjoying being a bachelor. He was loving it. Always out, getting girls, having options, whatever. One day he got really sick. I'm talking about like life-threatening sick. He was hospitalized. And that's when it hit him. He didn't have anybody special coming to his aid. Not only coming to his aid, but he had nobody he could reach out to that had any type of significant impact on his life emotionally. Like, sure, he had his family, sure, he had his friends, but I'm talking about that female, that compassion, that special someone. He didn't have that. Imagine being on your deathbed and all you have is a bunch of booty calls in your phone. That's all you can text. That's all you can call. Nobody that's actually gonna miss you, nobody that you're actually gonna miss. That's depressing as fuck. I know it's depressing because there's times I want to go to the movies and I'm like, God damn, I got all these numbers in my phone and nobody I want to go spend a day with. Nobody I want to hang out with and go see a movie with. That's depressing. I can't imagine what it's like being on your deathbed and not having that. Well, long story short, after that situation, he knew he was done with that bachelor lifestyle. He wanted to settle down. He wanted to have his own family. He wanted to add some true love to his life. Sounds cheesy, I know, I get it, but it's real life shit. Now the dude is married with kids. That player lifestyle is fun. Any guy can say that. I've had fun. It was a blast. But it's not worth being alone for the rest of your life. It's not worth it. Now I know what you're thinking.
Damn, motherfuckers gotta be on their deathbed to realize that.
I get it. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is sometimes something has to happen for you to wake the hell up.
Let the lady go.
You want to take her place?
No. But I will if I have to.
Now, it's funny because my situation was a little different. I wasn't in the hospital bed. I didn't cheat and was like, yo,
I gotta get a bag. What can I do?
I didn't do that. I was laying butt-ass naked in bed next to a girl, and that's when it hit me. I remember I was a little thot in San Diego, in California, and I'm talking about there was pretty women everywhere. Going to the beach, the bar, shit, just going to lunch. There was just attractive women everywhere. Like it was amazing. And I remember this one night I went out and I hooked up with this girl that I had previously hooked up with before. And I remember I was sitting in my bed, butt ass naked. She was laying on me. I was staring into the ceiling. She was all cuddled up, thinking it was all romantic. And I remember sitting there like, yo, I just want her to leave. I just wanted to sleep in my bed alone because I had no feelings for this girl. I had no desire to hear about anything she had to say. I didn't don't want to tell her about my goals, favorite TV shows, nothing. I didn't give a shit about whatever she had going on in her life. And it hit me that I don't want that anymore. I'm tired of hanging out with women, hooking up with them, and acting like I like them. I'm tired of that. I want to be around somebody I actually fucking like. I want to be with. I want to wake up the next day with somebody and want to go do something. Not even want to go do something. Be okay with them still being there. That's what I want. So for me, that situation is what changed me. I don't know if I just matured during sex or something. I don't know. But point is, we hooked up and I laid there and had an epiphany. I was done. Now, don't get me wrong. It still happens. I'm still a man. I'm single. But my motives have changed. When I go into meeting somebody, I'm looking for something more than that. If it turns into that, so be it. I'm not going into it expecting to only want that. If it turns into that, like I said, so be it. You can't help who you don't fall for or who you like. I'm picky as fuck. So it's a lot harder than expected, but I'm still trying. I'm still trying to find that one specific person because I've met some great, amazing females. I knew they were great and amazing at the time, but I wasn't ready. And fellas, there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with not being ready. Stop thinking just because she's amazing, you gotta lock it down, because you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna end up hurting that girl. Stop thinking, oh, I love you, this is what I'm supposed to do. No, stop thinking that. You just being selfish. There's nothing wrong with not being ready. And ladies, y'all have to understand that too, because y'all be out here trying to convince these dudes to be ready and they not ready. That's why a lot of y'all be going through the shit y'all go through. And another thing, ladies, this ain't solely just on the men. There are definitely some men out there that are trying to do the right thing, that are loyal to their females, that are good husbands, and y'all make it so difficult. Some of y'all get married and straight up quit on the relationship. Like, y'all stop looking good, y'all stop caring about how your body look, y'all just quit. Y'all stop having sex. It's like y'all are just focused on the house and the kid. Yes, it's a lot of work being a wife. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom or you work a 9 to 5, I get it, it's hard. So just like I'm telling the men, if you aren't ready to give that type of effort, then you should not be getting married. Don't be so caught up in being a wife around the house and a mom to the kids that you forget to actually be a wife to your husband. Your man married you because of who you were. Physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually. I get it. Physically, our bodies change, especially when we get old, especially with kids. I get it. But I feel like it is your duty as a spouse to see that, notice that, and fix it. At least try to fix it. If you see yourself gaining 20 pounds, babe, you need to slow down on Chipotle.
Damn it, Norbert, how many times I got to tell you don't be messing with my car seat?
Nobody touched your old stupid seat.
Then why full comments all mushed up like this then?
Well, you know, you've been eating so much lately, it's a very strong possibility that the car is shrinking. It might be shrinking, the car is being smaller.
Yeah, you might be right.
I don't need to tell you that. You should see that for yourself. I don't want to hear that, oh, you're supposed to love me anyway. No, fuck that. Put the Chipotle down. That's not who I married. I married somebody that took care of herself, that cared about what I thought, and wanted to please me. That's who I married. Not somebody that's stuffing her face and being lazy, looking like a slob around the house. That's not what I married. Marriage isn't about just having a partner for bills, just having a partner with kids. Marriage is about maintaining the love or growing the love that you have for one another. That's what marriage is about. All right, that's all we have for the discussion today. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you enjoyed, make sure you subscribe. I know this topic was a little bit more serious than I usually post, but I feel like, you know, a lot of people ask me these questions and I feel like I wanted to give a serious answer just because marriage and commitment and love is deep in my heart. So I wanted to give some serious answers. Also want to say, Ohio, it's been an experience, but your boy's finally leaving. With that being said, next video I'm gonna have something special for y'all. I'm gonna have an in-person sit down with some of my close friends and family, and we're gonna figure out where this brain of mine came from. I got some funny guests lined up. I promise you I got some funny people lined up, so you don't want to miss it. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and tune in. Next stop, New York. Peace.
That money keep coming in fast. I ain't tryna have it slow.